Oh man, it is hot. It's a hot one today. Whew. It's 91 degrees. It got hot quick. It's like we played around with spring, and now all of a sudden summer's like, no, it's over. Oh man, muggy hot. Muggy. Whew. And it's cooking in here too. I'm getting fat, guys. Getting fat. Like, I'm starting to notice it now. As I'm sitting in my chair, I'm noticing a little paunch, a little pudge, little chubs. My weight loss is at an all-time low. Or should I say high? What would that be? When you've lost weight and then you gain some back, it's a little sad, right? I mean, it's like, you know where you could be because you've been there. I guess the positive upside would be I know how fat I could be, then that I'm not, right? That'd be like a positive way of looking at it. But I'm definitely on what you would call an upward trend right now. And I don't feel like I'm eating, well, I know what I'm eating. I'm eating absolutely just junk food pretty consistently. And I know that that's probably the vast majority of my recent increase. But it doesn't feel like I've eaten enough junk food to have gained the weight that I've gained as quickly as I've gained it. I stopped using my FitnessPal months ago, because for the most part I was just in a habit, right? I was in a habit of eating the same thing every day, or a similar way every day. And really, I would say it kind of fell in line with my new position at work. About the same time I started my new position, I stopped taking the longer rides, which, you know, my after work rides before, I was burning like 600 or 700 calories. So that made a pretty good difference. Where now, you know, I'm burning like maybe 150 calories. So significantly less. And so maybe that's really the key right there, right? My eating habits didn't change, but my calorie burning habits did. I just need to rededicate myself to getting on the bike more often and riding a little bit longer. And of course, it's hard to do in the morning because I'm already up pretty early. So it's hard to get up any earlier and get any kind of mileage. And then in the afternoon, or in the evening I should say, when I'm on my way home, I've had a long day usually. And like right now it's 7 o'clock, right? I got to work this morning at 6. So it's been a long day. And I just want to go home and chillax, kick back a little bit. I wasn't sure if all those people saw me. There's quite a few people there at that stop sign. Went for a little bit of a longer ride this weekend with Jordan. Jordan's the guy that we got the bikes for him and his family for Christmas. And this was the first time he'd really ridden his bike more than like 5 miles or 6 miles or something. It was pretty interesting. He still getting used to the geometry. He's normally a mountain biker, and the bike he's got is the Cannondale, I think it's called the CAD Optimo. Nice bike. It's got, I actually really like the geometry. It's more racy, a little more aggressive up front. Doesn't have disc brakes, which is a must for me now. I never really ridden a bike that didn't have, or I should say I've never ridden a road bike that didn't have disc brakes. All of my road experience has been on discs. Really, this is just the only road bike. I think, well, I guess technically I've test ridden some other bikes, but no real time in the saddle on them, right? So you can't really call that a ride. You just go around a parking lot or something like that. Anyway, so rode his bike, and I'm definitely not a fan of the rim brakes, man. There is a significant lack of power. Now I hear if you buy a nice set of brakes, especially if they're, I think it's dual pivot or something like that, that they're just as good as disc brakes. I have a hard time believing that. Now his brakes, they're the entry level, I think they were Tektro. So his bike has 105 gearing, but has Tektro, or is it Tektro? Tektro brakes. You know, entry level. So of course they're not going to be as powerful as like 105s or Ultegra or Dura-Ace, and I get that. But with my bike, I can literally stop with just my fingertips, just my index fingertips. I can pull, and very quickly there's a ton of power to the brakes. And some, I guess, might argue that that's a bad thing, right? The idea being, well, if you make a mistake, you grab too much brake, they're less forgiving. You know, you're gonna go over the handlebars or something. And I guess if it's like your first couple rides, that makes sense. But yeah, no, once you get used to these, or if you're a mountain biker by trade, these brakes are way better. Night and day difference. And I know I've heard some reports that, oh yeah, they're the same in the dry. I highly doubt it. I mean, I'm open to it, but I doubt it. I'm not a believer. Anyway, guys, it's our usual cutoff spot. I've talked long enough. I'll talk at you next time. Peace out.